creating alignment for people in their lives?
Actually, I don't know, it was created by God or what, but coincidentally, both affirmations were, I would not say similar. Actually, they are same.
I did notice that, to be honest, going through everybody's rooms, that there was a lot of I want peace, joy, and freedom for myself and others. Something
Yes,
similar to
yeah,
this.
it's
Yeah.
just similar. I mean, if you see these two affirmations, they are same actually, not similar. I would say just same.
Yes, that's amazing. And you will see the similar theme, and you'll notice this as you start coaching many different people,
Mhm.
that we're all the same.
Yeah.
In fact, we're all the same. People may say that they want things, they might say that, the externalization of this, what they want, but the internal state of being that they truly want, that they think the more money, the better jobs, the better relationships, all the things, the better body are going to get them, is the peace, joy, freedom, and love.
True.
Is that total freedom of being able to live without fear, live with love, do whatever you want, be free in that. So it's really interesting. You can coach anybody from an executive to, a single mom to, any person, basically a bus driver, they're all going to say the same thing. They're all going to start attuning to the same place. If they start getting in touch with themselves and their spirit, they'll know that these are the important elements. And that's what we're helping people cultivate through practice, is that these states of being are all interconnected. When you have peace, you have freedom. When you're calm, you can be focused. Being focused creates calm. When you're living a life of purpose, you feel healthy. When you're healthy, you feel vital. When you're vital, you're vibrant. you know when you don't have fear, you're confident. So all these states of being, it's a state of being that's being created, and the externalization of that usually follows. So once somebody finds their inner alignment and what's really important to them, then the other things start to fall into place. The better relationships, the better health, the healthier choices, the better job, those things start to come more naturally once somebody has received that inner realization and inner attunement. There's a difference between reaching out of ourselves and trying to make something happen. When you're straining and you're striving and you're overreaching, and it's just like, it takes a lot of energy to try to make stuff happen or control or manipulate or force things to come together. And then it's very different to just become clear inside and know what your intention is and have clarity of intention. It's a very different way of navigating your life experience and noticing how powerful and instant being clear on your intention is, having peace and clarity with your intention. But we do tend to block it, when we're acting out this way, trying to overreach. It's usually fear in action. It's like, I'm not safe enough, so I need to control and make things happen to make it better, and try to change it instead of it being organic and allowing it to flow from a very organic, deep inner place from within yourself, and trusting life, trusting the way life is happening. So that's why we get so burned out. We get so burned out and stressed out because we're overthinking, overdoing, overstraining, overreaching. And with meditation, just that settling down, being aware of our own feelings, being aware of our body. And that's another tool, is being aware of your body, your energy. So your body is an instrument of the divine. Your body knows the truth. So if your client is speaking and you start to feel something kind of go sideways in your body, pay attention to it. Your body, we're all connected. You can trust your body. So this is part of somatic coaching. Some of you who are body workers know that what's happening in your body is, it matters, it's important because it's telling you something. We don't have to override our body. We don't have to control our body. We don't have to contort our body to be something that it's not. And we learn about that through meditation practice, how to love, listen, and honor our body. And that when we do that, it becomes a more finely tuned instrument for health and healing, because our body then can flow the energy for what's needed. But a lot of that is unwinding and untangling what we've learned, all the unhealthy imprints that we've learned about our body and how it should be, how it should look, how it should age, how it should, it's a lot of shoulding on the body, which starts to erode the natural health of the body's energy system. So these are tools, and I know I kind of, for some of you who came brand new into this and not from the beginner training, that was a lot of tools, because normally when I teach meditation coaching tools, we do one at a time, so we get to hone in. So it's fine if it was all over the place, if it felt a little chaotic, it's okay. But, we learn the isolated tools and liberate. And then we start slowly building upon all the tools and then integrating them together. So that you have a holistic approach, a healthy approach to working with others. Anybody have questions about meditation coaching or about Liberate in general? I think most of you here are signed up for Liberate, the majority, or have done Liberate. So is there, Sandra?
How often do you do the course? Like if I don't do this one, when will the next one be?
We usually do it 2 times a year now.
Okay.
But I only do them one at a time now. So I don't know when the next course will be after this one. I just go one at a time. And there's a reason we do it. It's because it's very deep for us too as facilitators and teachers. We can't do it like a machine. Like we can't just go one after another. Some people do trainings like that. And I find that working that way deadens your energy. It makes you lose vitality to be like systematically working. And with healing energy,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, with healing energy, you need time for integration. You need time for downtime to be still. You cannot do this kind of work like how we do 9-to-5 jobs, where it's one after another. And I talk about that too, because some people might come from therapy or psychotherapy and they kind of work that way. And a lot of people that do work that way will get burned out. Also because they don't have energy management tools either. So think of if you're seeing people with trauma, if you're seeing 9 people with trauma a day or 5 people with trauma a day, you think that's not going to affect your energy?
But
you
it
think
does.
that you can just keep taking it day after day after day after day. No, it doesn't really. People aren't, you have to be wise about this work, and nobody talks about that. They just expect you to be with the system. Insurance is billing this way, so we have to do it this way. Our health system is like this, and our health system is corrupt. So we don't really think about, what's really healthy for us in terms of work and how we're flowing our energy. And that's part of the whole training, and also why we don't do the training like one after another, because it does unwind a lot of stuff. It brings up a lot of stuff, and for everybody. So every time we go through it, for us, it's a purification, it's a cleansing. And it's different every time. So that's why. Yeah. We like to break it up. And the way I work, just to share with you my personal work philosophy, is I do everything intuitively. So I let go of all of, I would say, society's system of how we should work. I throw it completely out. I just say none of that works for me. The whole 9 to 5 working in the system, none of that really applies. But I do work generally Monday through Friday. Right now in our organization, we're experimenting with taking Fridays off. But other than that, everything else is intuitive. So we run a training or a course, and I just listen and I pray and I say, what's next? You know, I take it up with the divine and I say, what's next? And I let it come in that way. I don't do it based on my mind. I don't do it based on money. I don't do it based on, you know, the constraints of what we're used to basing our decisions on. Money is a consideration. All those things are a consideration because I still have people to pay. I have a team. We have quite a few people who work with us. But that's pretty much, it's like a whole new work system where it's all completely intuitively creative. And I find that by working this way, where you sharpen your energy and it's your energy that matters most, and you follow your energy and what is brightening your energy continually, you follow what brightens your energy, what makes your energy feel balanced, then everything else comes more organically and happens more fluidly. And I would say synchronistically, magically, manifesting very easily because you're tuned in. You know, like I said, we're overreaching all the time. So all we need to do is relax and tune in and then do the little simple action that takes us much farther than the overreaching. So I find that just by you're always collaborating with the universe in the present moment. There's always a universal, there's an orchestra that's playing around you. Okay, there's an orchestra. And are you playing your own tune? You know, are you doing your own thing, or are you listening to the orchestra and playing your instrument at the same time? You know, it's like you can play in any which way, you can improvise in any which way. But to know that there is an orchestra that you're co-creating with billions, millions of people, and that, you know, we are, I think, oftentimes brainwashed that we need to have a lot of clients, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of resources. It's not true. You know, true creativity is learning how to create from nothing. You know, you're creating something out of nothing. That's the gift of creativity, is that what's available to you in this moment. Use the resources that are available to you here. But people think of all this extra stuff. You don't need it. You don't need anything to help people. You know, right now it's just like a willing heart, an internet connection, maybe Zoom, you know, things like that. It's really basic. So, you know, making it really basic for yourself. Don't make it complicated. Let your mind be simple. Let your heart be simple. Let it be balanced, and then allow things to come in that way. If we're constantly overreaching and overstraining, we're always out of whack. We don't have our balance. You need the balance first. You need the energy first. That's the most important. Then let things come from that place. If you're making important decisions, center yourself, ground yourself. Then let things flow when you feel settled. Let things flow when you feel open, when you're receptive. But sometimes we need time to take away all the stuff that's not important, to strip away what we don't need. So it's really a space of how to create sacred space for yourself. It's not selfish. It's not selfish to say, I need this. I need solitude. I need to be alone. I need this. And then taking care of yourself so that you are genuinely in a position to resource other people. So it's a very subtle but profound paradigm shift that we're not overstraining to help people. I mean, I know a lot of us have been taught that to give our energy all the time, give it out, give it out, give it out, give it out. It's like, let me just keep giving so that maybe I can get something. But it's not, this is a very different way of working. It's filling yourself up completely, overflowing, letting yourself be in that constant state, and noticing that that's the most that you can give another human being, is when you're really there, you're really present. You can give somebody your full attention and not feel on edge, resentful, tired, angry. So I hope this was helpful. We're going to end now. Any other questions? Thanks for that question, Sandra. Any other questions?
Yes, I have. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Ruth.
Um, I've been working on developing my intuition, and I came in from the doctor today and opened my email to see if my daughter had answered an email that I had sent her, and I saw your email, and I said, "Oh, a webinar on coaching, meditation coaching. I want to do that." And then I looked and saw that it was today. And then I saw that it was in like 10 or 15 minutes. I said, well, I'm going to do it anyway. So I don't know anything about Liberate. I don't know when the class is or anything like that. Could you just tell me briefly when it is?
Oh, yeah. It starts next Monday. So it starts soon. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, a lot of people here are signed up for the program. So I'm just going to send you the link to it right here in the chat box. So thanks for asking about that. And Liberate is a really unique experience. Just to tell everybody, because I know a lot of people have signed up for Liberate here. It's a lot. Goes a lot further than the beginner training. So the beginner training is a taste of Liberate. And in Liberate, you receive feedback and you have your own meditation coach and mentor. You write, create, and produce your own guided meditations, and you go much deeper into this process. So it's a more intensive process. And I think, like, at the end of the day, if I were to sum it up, it's really just an energy that you're tapping into. You're tapping into a group energy. You're tapping into the energy of who you are. And then you're learning how to intuitively connect to that space so that you can express it. So what I find, the reason why some people aren't successful in doing this kind of work or doing work that they love is because they're kind of off from what they really want to be doing. So they might be close. A lot of times what people do is they're floating and they kind of circle around what they like to do and what they're offering. And it's kind of this ungrounded. And I would say that I was going to give a talk about this, but some of the biggest blocks are not being grounded. So a lot of people in spiritual community, they learn these expansive tools and they don't learn how to ground into reality. And in fact, it does an opposite effect. It makes them deny reality even more. It's like there's a bigger denial of the real world, a bigger rejection of the real world, a bigger, it should be better than this. I'm going to go into my own room and transcend this space. So there's a lack of grounding that's there, a lack of, I would say, emotional maturity. You really do need emotional maturity to do this kind of work. You need to be able to talk to people about money and how they're going to pay for their sessions, how much those sessions cost, why it's important to come on time to those sessions, why it's important for them to be accountable to what they said. You need to learn how to talk about these things openly. And a lot of people in the spiritual community, because they're so invested in being nice or being liked, being accepted by other people, that they avoid the truth of what's needed. They avoid the truth for the healing that's really needed in a coaching agreement. So you need to have grounding, emotional maturity. You also need to have clarity, and you need healthy self-esteem. You really need healthy self-esteem. You need to know that who you are is good, and that what you have to offer is good. And if you constantly doubt your self-worth and what you can do, it will be very hard on you to come out successfully as a meditation coach. It'll just be an extra invisible weight that always kind of keeps you off point. It kind of keeps you off, where you need to be. So a lot of it's just getting clear energetically. That's what most of the training is about. It's not, adding on, or it's just learning what to let go and learning what to let in to your life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really an attunement, an alignment, a balance of energy. And when you're with a like-minded group, it helps create that even more. There's a magnet that's created. So that's a little bit more about Liberate. And
And I
I'm
think I
noticing
needed to hear all of that. Everything that you just said struck me. It's like I really needed to hear all of that.
Yeah, thanks for asking about it, Ruth. So those are some things that, and we work through with you on all those elements, because meditation coaching is more than just, putting up, our shingle. It's an inner journey, and there are emotional blocks and past blocks that can keep us from doing what we really love and being on purpose, on point, living on the mark, living on our path. And that's what feels good. Once you learn how to find that inner alignment, everything else lights up. Everything else starts to naturally attract. You don't have to go into that strong doing space. You're just allowing. You're allowing and being present to what's unfolding, and it just becomes much easier. Life becomes a beautiful flow that you're surfing, rather than waves that you're having to manage and tread. When you're treading water versus surfing, you're going with the momentum and the power of the water versus having to tread and just keep up with day to day.
Right.
Go
That's
against the current.
different. Yeah.
Like going against the
How to
current.
let go and flow, let go and flow. So let's close with a group meditation. I'm sorry I won't be able. Oh, Chella, are you there to play music? Okay. I don't know, Chella, are you able to?
I am actually, but would you be able to give me the permission to share? Because I made you host.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that. I wasn't sure if you had to go. Okay.
Did, but I'm
co-host.
back.
Okay. So we're going to end with a group meditation, and we're going to choose the meditation, our intention as a group, because we had very similar intentions, which was to live with freedom, peace, and joy. I'm living freedom, peace, and joy, and helping others live with freedom, peace, and joy. So it's that prayer, that intention, freedom, peace, and joy for yourself and also for others. And we'll close with about 5 minutes of group intentional meditation. And when we meditate on this, I want you to know that it's, it's more than just saying it. When you meditate on something, think of it as expanding the energy around that. So your consciousness is receiving that on a different level, and it helps create that alignment more readily for you through group meditation. Group meditation. So starting in the heart, and let's imagine holding hands as a group. Our intention is peace, freedom, and joy for ourselves and for others. Taking those deep heart breaths. Relaxing the body and the mind. Meditating on peace, freedom, and joy. For yourself and for others. Because when we experience those states of being, we can share them, celebrate them with others, when we allow ourselves that full space within ourselves. What does it feel like to have peace, freedom, and joy in your body? In your breath? In your energy? Meditate for 2 more minutes, letting yourself receive the pleasure and the experience, true peace, complete freedom, and pure joy. How much can you open to this space? Allow this space for yourself. So that you can provide it to others. And serve others through this place. We'll close with the sound of the bell. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's session. Thank you for your peace and your presence, your energy and your light. Lots of love to you, and we hope to see you on Monday. Let us know if you'd like to connect. Can be in touch with Chella. Aloha, namaste. Lots of love. Bye.